Hey Kickstarter, we're having another quick look at one of the monster combinations. This one is the high-tech terror box, which is the flying saucer space monster and the mecha monster. Let's go ahead and start with the flying saucer. It has a few special things about it. It has a command ship, which is flying. As you can see, it's above the board. It has flying saucers it can deploy, miniature saucers to scout and attack. And then the third thing it has is a shield deck, which acts as a form of additional hit points. So let's go ahead and start with it flying. As you can see, it's elevated quite a bit above ground units and survivors. What that means is whenever the command ship moves, any ground unit underneath it is not destroyed. It is simply disabled by the gravimetric, biometric fields, whatever technobabble you choose, coming from the ship disables whatever ground unit happens to be underneath it. Survivors are completely unaffected by the command ship. When the command ship is successfully attacked, let's say the helicopter here successfully attacked the command ship, a flying saucer is placed next to the command ship in the line from where the attack came from. So in this instance it would go right there. Saucers tend to just flit around. They don't directly attack on their own unless they end up on the same space as a survivor or a unit. Then the unit will be destroyed and the survivor will be lost. It'll be sucked up into the tractor beam. How the saucers move is like this. Every time the mothership moves, or the command ship, it moves one monster space as normal, and then depending on where the ships are, the saucers are in relation to the command ship is how they move. If they are in front of the command ship, such as this one here, it will move either to the left or to the right, 2 spaces, depending on where it is. So if it's on the right of the ship, like this one, it moves 2 spaces to the right, just like that. If it's behind the ship, like this one, it will move 2 spaces forward, regardless of which side of the ship it is on. So this saucer would move 2 spaces and then abduct this survivor. That would count as a lost survivor and toward you potentially losing the game. You'll also notice that this tank is disabled by the command ship. If a saucer ends its movement above a building, like this one has here, it will scan the building and increase the command ship's shields by 1. The command ship normally starts the game with 3 shields, so since that saucer started above a building, you would add an additional shield. Each shield card adds 1, it acts as a temporary hit point. Whenever you attack the command ship, if you miss, a shield goes back on top of the monster hit deck. If you hit, it's resolved as normal and removed as normal. But it just makes it harder to hit the command ship, because for each shield card that is in the shield deck, you subtract 1 from your attack roll. So you have to be right up against it in order to hit if it has 4 or 5 shields. Let's go ahead and have a look at the mecha monster. The mecha monster is pretty straightforward. And just as a reminder, this is just a prototype based on the concept artwork that was provided by the artist. The main thing with the mecha monster is it has a lot of event cards that stay in play and stack upon themselves, and they represent the different systems of the mecha. So jump jets, shielding, better counterattacks, things like that. And as the events are drawn, they will stack on top of each other. So if it gets the +1 move twice, it will be moving 3 spaces every time the monster die is rolled. So it'll be jetting around the board. Its special thing on top of that is it can pull the top system's event card from the discard pile and activate it for 1 additional turn, and then that event just goes back into the discard pile. Thanks for watching another demo video of Smash Monster Rampage High-Tech Terror.